Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Townie Makeover video in The Sims 3. Now I know I haven't done one of these in a really long time, but I am back and today I am making over the Crumplebottom sisters from The Sims 3 Supernatural. Now they live in the town of Moonlight Falls, which came with Supernatural, and I always thought that they were all really ugly. They were all old and gross and just like ew. I never wanted to really make them over. I was like, yeah, no, how about let's just skip that one. But I did get a few suggestions back on like the previous, I guess, Townie Makeovers, and I finally went in and I looked to see what they were, had going on and whatnot, and they're actually kind of cool. Now listen up. Here's the thing about Moonlight Falls. The Sims team straight up just took like a bunch of different characters from all these movies and TV shows and recreated them in The Sims with like different names and stuff like that, but pretty much with like the same stories and like the same personalities, same kind of vibe, and plopped them into The Sims 3 Supernatural, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that. But these three, the Crumplebottom sisters, are just like the Charmed ones from Charmed, and if you don't know what that show is, go watch it. It's on Netflix. I'm pretty sure it's still on Netflix. I don't think they took it off, but it is one of my favorite shows ever. Like I started watching that when I think I was maybe 5-6 years old, and I still watch it today. Well, not today. I haven't seen it in like maybe 2 years or something, which is kind of sad because I used to watch it like every year, at least once. But one of my all-time favorite shows, my favorite character is Phoebe. She's the youngest and then becomes the middle child once some things happen. But yeah, she's my fave. And so the youngest sister, Bianca, is kind of my favorite too. However, when I made the thumbnail and after I was done with the thumbnail, I actually low-key kind of like Beatrice's, not Beatrice, Belinda's vibe a little bit more, because this right here is Beatrice. She's the oldest. She gives me Prue vibes from Charmed, and I didn't like Prue. She wasn't, I mean, she had her moments, but like, I don't, I mean, she was like, she was whatever, just watch the show. But she's the oldest, a little bit bitchy, low-key, has some issues, and that's what Beatrice gives me. But Beatrice is like even worse than Prue. She just has this very mean vibe. I would not be able to get along with her at all. And then Belinda, the middle child, she's so freaking pretty. I love her vibe. She's a little bit thicker, and she looks so good. I think she might be my favorite in The Sims just because of how freaking good she looks. I don't know. I think that she's stunning. And then Beatrice is the ugliest. And then Bianca, the youngest, is I love her outfits. I think that's what I like the most about her. And I did have to give her some plastic surgery, but they really went ham because like I really think that Beatrice she doesn't look that much like Prue, but she definitely gives off those vibes. And then Belinda gives off Piper vibes, and then Bianca gives off Phoebe vibes. It's like very strong, and so you can definitely tell that they tried to recreate the Hallowell sisters. And so props to EA. You did. I mean, with their actual look, they look gross, but with my makeovers, they definitely embody those sisters. I'm so happy about that. But yeah, if y'all haven't watched Charmed, go watch it. It's so freaking good. If you have, let me know, like, what's your favorite season? Who's your favorite character? You got Prue, Piper, Phoebe, and Paige. And so yeah, just let me know down below. Who's your favorite like big bad that they've been up against? Just talk to me in the comments down below about Charmed. Do not talk to me about the new one though. Don't even mention it. It's disgusting. I will never watch it. Have not watched it. It's stupid. If you like it, you are scum. No, you're not. But if you like it and you haven't seen the first, like the original, then you're trash. If you've seen the original and you love it and then you kind of like the new one, but like it's not up to your expectations or like it's not as good as the original, then you're like okay. But if you think that the new one, the reboot, is better than the original and you've seen both, you are disgusting. Please leave my channel right now because that is just gross. You all can like whatever you want to like, but that right there, that and then your political views, if they do not line up with mine at all and you were complete opposite of me, please leave, because that just is not okay. Charmed is literally one thing you cannot mess with me about. And so the fact that they did Charmed dirty and the reboot dirty and made a whole new thing is disgusting to me. And like, here's the thing, I noticed this in the original Charmed, they're like the charmed ones. Like it was a whole prophecy. They were the charmed ones. Freaking the witch community and even like the source and everybody knew that the charmed ones would come eventually, and it was prophesized. And then in the new one, the charmed ones aren't even the charmed ones. They're just a set of, like, I guess, mini charmed ones throughout multiple lifetimes. It's so stupid. It's awful. But, yeah, now we're going on to Belinda, who is, again, the middle sister. She's so... Now, they all look gross, because and they all have these weird noses. I think they low-key tried to give them, like, hooked noses, I think. I don't know. I fixed that, obviously, because I'm not about to have my little cuties walking around. Which, by the way, I am going to put them in my Supernatural save, which that series is not over. It's not. Season 2, it's still going to be going on. And the reason why I wanted to do witches in the first place was because I wanted to get back into the swing of playing with witches and just to kind of get in Moonlight Falls, see what it's looking like. And so I'm going to be popping these hoes down in my Supernatural Season 2 series. And we'll see them walking around. Eris might befriend them. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, I think about that series a lot. I think about The Sims a lot. I actually sat down and wrote out about a mini series that I'm going to be doing because I want to talk about the origins of the Supernatural, because I made up my own creation stories. Not really made up my own, but like I made my own for like my own Supernatural universe that we have going on. And then I'm also going to be doing like a video on hybrids and how they work, because it's a lot more complicated than you think. It's not just simple like, oh, two Sims, a freaking vampire and werewolf have a baby. No, it does not work like that. So there's a lot of stuff that I need to go through, and then there's a prophecy that I'm gonna have to go through as well. I also need to talk about a war that happened in the 1800s and what's now known as Moonlight Falls. And it's just, it literally, there's so much, and I've gone ham, I've gone crazy, and there's so many things that I thought about from like a month ago. And I even thought about names. I had names ready. I had so many things ready, but I didn't write them down, so now I've forgotten about them. So I have to go back and rewrite certain, or actually write down things this time. So hopefully soon I'll have Origins of the Supernatural out within like the next, I don't know, at least, I'm not going to say a few days, but at least in the next couple weeks. But yeah, I'm excited to get back into the LP. The reason why I kind of stopped it was because I got kind of bored, but really it was overwhelming because of how much story I had to do, and because in The Sims 4 it's so much easier to manipulate your Sims and the stories, and in The Sims 3 it's not that easy. It's very difficult, and so I don't really know how to go about, I guess, like just showing the story to you all, and I'm not good at machinimas, so I don't know how to like really go about telling the story. But there's so much story that, like, there's gonna be different things too. You know how like in a TV show, in like a season, you have like one kind of like, I guess, big bad, but then that big bad is really working up to another big bad. Like, take the Vampire Diaries season 2. We have Catherine. Catherine comes in at the very end of season 1, the last episode, and then she's in season 2. But see, in season 2, it's not just Catherine. Catherine's there for a reason. And the reason is because of the Moonstone, Klaus, all that stuff. And so Catherine seems like the big bad, but Catherine's really working up to the actual big bad of that season, which ends up being Klaus. And then he's still, I don't even think he's the actual big bad in season 3. There might be a bigger bad. I don't remember. I don't know. I know everything about that show, but sometimes things blur. So anyway, but that's how Supernatural is. Because we have this big bad, and well, no, we haven't even gotten to the big bad in Supernatural yet. We've not even touched the surface. And there's so many different like mini stories going on, because each sim has their own story, but then there's like an overarching story that like encompasses all the Sims in the town, not just our one household. So like Vanetta's gonna be very involved. Madison gonna be very involved, and then you have like Eris's own little thing going on. There's gonna be a lot of drama with Nyx and Brock, and then some things going on there. There's gonna be, I already know, there's gonna be a love triangle with Bianca and these two dudes. Like it's gonna be so insane. And then there's this overall big bad, but then that big bad's gonna end up turning into something else that's even bigger, and then that ties into a whole prophecy, and that's gonna just, there's so much. So yeah, I'm a little bit crazy. I go a little bit ham with my stories, and that is why I love that series. But again, it's so hard to actually make the things in my mind come to life in this freaking game, where it is a sandbox game, but there's only so much I can do. and it's just difficult. It's just difficult, especially for an untalented queen like me. So, yeah, but I want to freaking get to Bianca already because she's so freaking pretty, and her hair was so yellow. First of all, Beatrice's hair, I don't know what they did with that orange, but it ain't cute. Her hair's supposed to be brown, and then they made it like this orangey, like highlights in it. It's so bad. And then Belinda was actually cute, but then Bianca, they really messed her up too because her hair it's like blonde, but it's so yellow and gross. It's like the Sims 4 cheese hair. It's disgusting, but I fixed it and she's so freaking pretty. And the thumbnail, I'm actually proud of that thumbnail because they give off like genuine Charmed vibes to me. I don't know why, but I'm so happy with how they turned out. And you can download them. I'm gonna try and leave a Mediafire download as well as the Sims resource. Yeah, that's not what it's called. Oh my god, the Sims 3 exchange, the Sims resource. No, I do not create CC. But this is Bianca. She's not that pretty, not gonna lie to you, but she gets a lot of surgery. She does. Like her nose gets completely changed. But I'm glad that I didn't really change that much about, I mean, their faces I changed obviously to make them more pretty, but I didn't like change them crazily. Like I tried to keep their same like style. Why? I not really. Like I made them definitely my own, but I tried to keep their like I checked their favorite colors to see like what they would like. When it came to Bianca, I did not really care about her favorite color because I gave her a lot of red and black. Don't know why, but she just fit that for some reason. And then like Belinda's everyday outfit, her favorite color is purple, her top's purple. Same thing with Beatrice. Well, not really, but she likes gray, and so I gave her I think a lot of gray. I don't really remember, but freaking Bianca is she's not the prettiest, and her hair gave me serious Phoebe vibes. I don't know why, but her hair gave me serious Phoebe vibes. And I think also the reason why they made Bianca blonde is because Phoebe went blonde at some point in time in like season, I think it was season 2, was it? I don't know. When did she go? No, it was season 4 when she went blonde. Or was it? No, was it season 2? I think it was season 2 when she went blonde. So, did she go blonde twice? I think she was blonde in season 2 and 3. I don't remember, but she did go blonde. And so I think that's why they had Bianca be blonde as well, because they really went in with this whole like Charmed vibe. It's crazy. And like there's a Bella Swan, her name's Bailey Swain, I'm pretty sure, from Twilight, so she's in there. And then I was kind of going around looking at the townies in Moonlight Falls. They're crazy. They're stroke. They're crazy. Like there's a family where on their wedding night, it's just these two Sims, but on their wedding night, his like new bride, his new wife, literally transformed into a werewolf, and then turned him into a werewolf. I don't think it was like on purpose. I think it was an accident, but she bit him, turned him into a werewolf, and so now they're living in Moonlight Falls, and he has to like adjust to being a werewolf and married. So they got some drama going on. And then there's another family where there's like I think 8 Sims in the household. There's a lot of Sims in that household. The McDuffs, and then some of them are witches, some of them are human. The I guess the patriarch, the dad, he is a witch, and then like some of their kids are witches, but then some of them aren't because his wife's a human. So they have like this whole crazy household and stuff like that, and like they have a baby on the way. It's insane. And then there's there's obviously the Van Goulds, as well as the wolves, and the wolves are tied to the wolves in Sunset Valley, and then the Van Goulds and the wolves hate each other. Apparently the wolves founded Moonlight Falls, but the Van Goulds like took credit for it. It's kind of like this whole like land grab goth kind of situation from Sunset Valley, but it's with not witches, it's with vampires and werewolves in Moonlight Falls. But I guess the not the origin, well, yeah, kind of the origins of Moonlight Falls. It's not the same as the origins of like what it actually is in the game. Like my own origin stories and stuff like that, because I have origin stories for every single occult, for fairies, witches, werewolves, and vampires. And then there's also like the founding of Moonlight Falls, because it wasn't like settled from like, I don't know, colonizers. It was from like thousands of years before colonizers were really a thing. It was more like pirates and Vikings, that kind of whole situation. So, yeah. And also, there's a lot of Vampire Diaries, like, not really lore, but like I get a lot of inspiration from Vampire Diaries and the originals, and not really Legacies because that's stupid, but from the originals and the Vampire Diaries, I get a lot of inspiration from there because that's my favorite supernatural show. I love just supernatural shows in general are my absolute favorite. I love Vampire Diaries and the originals. I like Legacies, but they really lost me with that whole like monster and fairy crap. I can't handle it. But then when it comes to like Charmed, I love. And then when it comes to freaking I don't even know what else. When it comes to Buffy and Angel, fantastic. What else? I don't even know what else. What do I even watch any other shows? Not any other supernatural ones, I don't think. Well, okay, there's Sabrina, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Love that. Apparently, the next season's only gonna be it's gonna be the finale. I'm like, excuse me? I don't think so. Like, why? Because see, they renewed something for another season, but they didn't give. No, they renewed something for like 3 seasons out, but they only gave Sabrina 1 season, and it's supposed to be the final season. I'm like, excuse me, why? Because this next season is literally going to be about how they're no longer they aren't worshiping Lucifer anymore. They're now worshiping Hecate, and then they have to deal with Lucifer and his freaking child that's freaking what's her face is pregnant with. And so there's a lot going on in that show and everything. But anyway, I'm about to get to their outfits and stuff like that in the end. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to leave me a comment down below. Talk to me in the comments down below as well about all these shows that I'm mentioning, because I would love to chat with you all about that, because I could talk about that stuff for days. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to leave me a comment down below, like the video, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the very next video. So good. Bye, everyone.